All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have West Coast hip hop legend. He's been doing his thing for quite some time. We got the one and only Max Shoddy right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, what's up, what's up? Hey, world, how y'all doing? This is Max Shoddy from Vallejo, California. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I gotta ask, man, how's everything out there in California, man? Like, I actually saw the news. You guys are starting to open back up. I'm seeing people doing concerts and whatnot, man. It must feel good to actually get back to relatively normal life.
Yeah, it is. And California is really doing its best to hold up and to make sure everything is safe. And, and I'm hearing that every stadium or every place you have to get a vaccination or have a negative COVID test just to go in any event or whatnot. So yeah, it's something. But California's working its way back. We working back. Get to it.
But man, I want to take you back to the beginning of your illustrious career, man. And I have to ask first and foremost, like, what actually made you decide to get into the music industry initially, man? Because you're such a talented and gifted hip hop artist.
Well, I got some influences out here in Vallejo, by the name of E40, Mac Dre, Mac Mall, all the people that's above me that done the music before me. I had a tremendous influence on my career. So started in 1992 in May. I listened to the Mac Mall's CD called Legal Business. 93. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a good influence. It seemed that the Vallejo's rap scene was going to blow up and blossom. It seemed like it did prior. So it seemed like it just goes on and on through years and years. My influences within those three artists, and I got artists from Oakland and San Francisco as well, like RBL Posse, San Quinn, Oakland's, Richie Rich, and those type of artists. This Bay Area in general, but I love LA artists as well. Like The Game, YG, just different artists, but throughout that. So.
And I gotta say as well, man, when we actually said some of those hip hop artists, man, you can never go wrong with Vallejo, California legends, man. Some of the best hip hop actually comes out of your city.
Yes, it is, and I wanted to mention the R&B artist named Her. She comes out of the city as well. I wanted to mention her. She was influenced as well. From Gabby Wilson all the way up to now. She's doing her thing, and she's out from Vallejo, California. So Vallejo does have a scene of entertainers and race drivers. Like Jeff Gordon, CeCe Sabathia, a baseball player. So it's just. It seems like it's a Hollywood itself too. I've wanted to tell you that my name actually come from the influences from Mac Mall and Mac Dre. So the Mac name, it seemed like I wanted to carry that legacy down.
And I have to ask, man, while we're on the topic of Mac Mall and Mac Dre, did you ever get the opportunity to work with any of those legendary individuals, man? Because I gotta say, rest in paradise to the late great Mac Dre, man. Such a talented individual, gone way too soon.
No, I haven't worked with Mac Dre, but I met him a few times, prior. I've met Mac Mall, and I've worked with Mac Mall on a song called Wreak Havoc. It's on Spotify right now, and it's featuring my boy Jay Moon from South Vallejo as well. So it's like a collaboration of the whole Vallejo on that song. Wreak Havoc is rest in peace to Reek Daddy. He's from the Crest Side, so we did a tribute to him on that song.
And also as well, man, back in the year 2007, you actually dropped your record titled Life of a Roadrunner under the name Shoddy Bo. I was wondering what actually made you decide to change your name initially to what you have it now. And of course, can you actually tell us a bit more about this like old school record of yours?
Well, I actually paid the whole album. It was an all independent album. So I started the year 2006 with it, with Crack Your Neck and Give It All I Got. I did a video to that as well. And the year 2007, I finished it up, and I went to a studio called Flawless Studios, and I went to Make It Happen Studios here downtown Vallejo. Finished that out, and then I had it printed by my boy Snipe, from Snipe Graphics. He does quite a good job, and I went to Office Depot, went and got them pressed up myself. The CDs, I had stickers on them. It was popular, and that was my very first project I actually put together, and flyers, and I used to hang them on poles. Just really did my independent thing with it. It was just my debut.
And I gotta say as well, man, me personally, I miss those days, man, actually doing real self-promotion, actually getting out there, like you said, putting up posters on poles. Now they kind of make it a little too easy for you. You just kind of put a post on Instagram, and it reaches much more individuals than those light poles ever would.
Yeah, it does. It seems like that, from the independent, from doing it before to now, it seems like it's picking up, people learning how to string, and, just learning the new game of this music thing. It's still elementary to me. I'm still learning more of it, but I'm getting to it.
And also as well, man, 2 years later in 2019, you actually had the opportunity to collaborate with an individual by the name of Snipe on his $1 Million Hut album on the track Fucking With Me. I was wondering, how did yourself and Snipe get connected? And of course, what was it like just working on that project with him?
Well, you mean 2009?
2009, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I met him in JFK Library. He came in, he was on the computer doing something, and I bumped into him, and we talked a little bit, and he told me he got a studio of his own, so I went to his studio and worked on a few tracks with that, and that's how that came about. We was working on different tracks that he had on his computer, so he had beats already. And his little label, he has Shoddy Productions, so he had that going, so I went on with him with that for a couple of years. And $1 Million Hut is still a classic. It's a classic to me, And with him, with the brains, he's from Oakland, so he already has the knowledge in the game. So he showed me a lot of information, and just doing the music and being more successful. And $1 Million Hut is hot. It's online. It's everywhere. As I started with the name Shoddy Bo, but I decided to change my name to Max Shoddy because I feel like I was growing up. How the industry does change. So I just went on with the time. And like my influence, like I said, Mac Mall and Mac Dre is my influences in Vallejo, California. And so I just feel like I just go with my influence and still stick with my name Shoddy, so people still call me Shoddy Bo still. So I don't knock them for that.
And also as well, if I'm not mistaken, Shoddy Riders Productions actually put out your Back to the Basics album, if I'm not mistaken, man. That's one of my favorite records by you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's one of my favorites as well. I was recording 2 months. That was a real fun record I did. And I actually had my homeboy Young Cut, Turk Money. We recorded that at the same time. So yeah, Shoddy Riders Production was doing good. We did this in the back of a store called Street Show, Vallejo Street Show, ran by my boy Joe, and it was pretty nice. We had good times. They didn't have to pay for the beats and the productions, and it's just like everything was gluing together.
And I gotta say, me personally,
was good.
Oh, my apologies, Shoddy. My apologies.
No problem.
I was just saying as well, man, with that record, man, that song, Let the Shit Go, will always be one of my favorite joints off that particular project.
Yeah, I was pretty hot at the time. I was writing down what I was going through, and it seemed like when you go through stuff, it seemed like the music comes hotter, it comes better. And, it was a good record, a good time. You know, I couldn't wait to hear it after we recorded it and we played it in the loudspeaker in the store. That was pretty nice. And all the Shoddy Rider Productions artists was there, you know, listening to it like, hey, this is a nice record. So I always remember that.
And also as well, man, October 30th of 2017, you were actually featured on G-Loke's single, What's the Deal? I was wondering, how did yourself and him get connected? And of course, what was it like actually working on What's the Deal and being in the studio with G-Loke?
Well, G-Loke, that's my brother. You know, I call him my brother from another mother, you know, from Napa, California. Actually, I hooked up with him in 2015. Actually was living with him and his brother. And we hooked up and we did a song called Smooth. You know, it was produced by Slapmaster. You know, shout out Slapmaster. And we did the other song, like you say, What the Deal, is produced by Serge. He out of Napa as well. And yeah, me and G-Lo, we met in 2015. We had rock shows a couple of years prior. And What the Deal, we recorded that at Serge's house. It was pretty nice, you know, and you know, enjoyed the scenery, kicked back a little bit, and then we recorded the song, and it was pretty nice. And we had the budget for shows, and we did those. We rocked pretty much a lot of shows with that song, and you know, it was like a time in a career where everything was just levitating. I was still Shoddy Bo then, and it seemed that it just went in its own way, and you know, from there, it just, you know, things changed. But we used to talk, you know, that's my brother, that's G-Loke. Shout out G-Loke and the whole LOC Entertainment Records, I'm sorry.
And also as well, man, Christmas of 2020, you actually teamed up with Indecent the Slapmaster to create the EP Shoddy and Slap. I was wondering, what's the story behind that amazing album? And of course, where can our listeners actually buy or stream themselves a copy of that album today?
Well, me and Slapmaster, we go back maybe 7 years or 8. We go back a long time. You know, he's a mentor to me. You know, I really trust him with a lot of my music and a lot of my sound. You know, he's like a coach to me. Last year we hooked up with this album actually with Shoddy and Slap. It's all beats produced by Slap. And I had a couple of artists named Tater Boy, I'm sorry. And, you know, just different type of artists participated on it. The Shoddy and Slap, you know, and I like the cartoon drawing of it. It's pretty nice. And it was his idea, and I think Slap really knows that, you know, I've converted to Max Shoddy for a reason. You know, we did a lot of records with Shoddy Bo, and you know, just keeping the Shoddy tradition going. So that Shoddy and Slap, you know, you can get that actually on any platform, everywhere, iTunes, Spotify, you know, and Amazon. Any of the website you can find it, it's there.
And also as well, I really enjoyed what you guys actually did with that record, man. You guys had such phenomenal chemistry on that particular project.
Yes, that's why I say we go back 7 to 8 years. So, you know, we know each other's ins and outs, you know, like, okay, no, we didn't do it this way, we do it this way, you know, what kind of beats to have, what kind of beats I need. So he pretty much know me. So he actually has a handle of every record I make to this day. So, and shout out to Air Records, you know, that was a label I had for 3 years from 2017 to 2019. So I pretty much had my run with the label, you know, and I had prior release records online as well. So you just type Shoddy the Artist, that's SHODY THAARTIST. So you can see those records online with Shoddy Bo as well. So I pretty much got a catalog with all those names.
And also as well, man, immediately after this interview, I'm actually going to be playing one of your most recent singles, titled Mackin' and Mobbin', that actually dropped this summer, July 16th. I was wondering, man, for the listeners that haven't already had the opportunity to peep this amazing single, what can they expect from it when they hear it right here on 97.7 FM immediately following this broadcast?
Immediately, you're going to hear the macking part and you're going to hear the mobbing part, just getting into the beat, feeling it, the rhythm, writing at night, getting up in the morning, whatever way you feel that you want to mac or mob, this is a song for it.
And I gotta say, it's definitely one of my favorite joints, man. That's why I knew I had to play it right here immediately after this interview, man, because I know it's definitely gonna get the listeners up there dancing.
Yes, and yes, indeed. And if it's magging and mobbing, that's your job. I mob with the hype man. Like I say, the hype man is named Jay Hype. He makes the beats for that song, so he produced it. And the graphics is done by my boy Menace Plays. So he does most of my graphics now. So, I'm just working hard and staying relevant. And hoping to shoot some videos soon and do some shows.
And also as well, man, just last week, man, you actually released your most recent album that is actually a 7-track record titled Mac Sauce that actually got released September 24th. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a bit more about this project, and of course, do you have any hard copies available for the listeners that want to put some of that Mac Sauce into their car CD player?
Yeah, I can get the people that I've recorded with, or any other kind of way I can get that done and get some hard copies made. It seems like a lot of people does request it and wants a copy of it, so I have to figure out a way to do that. But in the meantime, it's all streamed, it's all online, everything. And it seems like nowadays, people do the streams, so I can still figure out a way to get a hard copy out there. Just like if you get information from people that you can DM me, and then we can go from there.
And also as well, I actually read on your Instagram that just last week you announced that you actually have a 4th album coming soon titled Stand Tall. I was wondering, what can we actually expect from this up-and-coming record release? And of course, what is the anticipated release date for this project?
Well, it's coming soon. There's no release yet, but it may be next month or November. It depends on how it is, but Mackin' and Mobbin' is on that record as well, so that's a good surprise. And it's just diverse songs, and I just like to diverse every song on the album, each album. And the third one I have is called Out the Mud, is coming out on the 1st this Friday, and it's featuring Esther Farrell, it's lots. It's a lot of artists that's on there. Ice Mees, I wanted to tell you, Ice Mees, I work with him. Big Grinding, that's the name of the song, produced by Casket Taste. It's my homeboy, so.
And I gotta say, he is another talented individual, man, that we actually got coming up on the radio station.
Shout out Mees, yeah, that's my homeboy. Yes.
So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing that joint when it does drop with the new project, man. I think that one personally is definitely going to be a hit.
Of course, yeah. And me and Ice Mees, we go way back too as well. I had the lady that runs this label called Mad Gifted Entertainment, Carrie Voss, rest in peace. She introduced me to him, in Vacaville. We had a show in the Club Shooters, and so. We go from there. So me and Ice Mees, we got history, and he's a good guy, and hope to hear him, spit what he got to say and everything. He's the shit.
But I have to ask, Mac, is there anything we happen to miss during tonight's broadcast? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote while we still got you here live on the Canadian radio station airwaves this evening?
Yes, I have a new single called What to Do. It's on SoundCloud. Just type Mac Shoddy on SoundCloud, wherever, and everything will come up. What I have, What to Do, is my new one, and it's produced by my homeboy that I work with right now, Little Freddie. So I'm working with beats with Little Freddie right now. So it's stuff's coming. Stuff's coming. You know, I'm working hard. You know, Mac Shoddy is here. You know, I'm here to stay. I love this industry. I love this music. Let's go.
And I gotta say, man, it definitely sounds like you were actually going to be sliding into 2022 with a gang of projects, man. I'm excited to see what comes next from you, man, because you never know what you're actually going to drop next, man. So I'm excited.
Thank you so much, man. Always, man. It's been a pleasure.
But also, man, before we actually part ways, this is actually the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just like a chance to give, like, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, but most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything you got going on if they're not already doing so.
Well, shout out to the whole West Coast. You know, California is really getting back on its feet, and shout out to the Bay Area, to each and every artist that's out there doing their thing. And shout out to those Solano County areas where I'm at, you know, and shout out to Ice Mees, like I say, he's a good dude. And shout out to all the artists that participated on my records. You know, I got 4 out, those coming out. And this industry, you know, is tear it up, you know, and that's pretty much it. And, you know, shout out to my whole family, you know, that's been holding me down, you know, mom's family. And just keep it macking and modeling. It's just Mac Shoddy, you know.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, it definitely was an honor just to have you on the radio station airways this evening, man. Thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time, and I'm definitely, like I said, I'm looking forward to your new record when it does get released, man. It definitely sounds like you're gonna be bringing a nice little heat wave down here to Canada to melt up all that freshly dropped snow come November.
Yes. Oh, and my birthday is on the 3rd of November, so definitely gonna have some projects.
Hey, man, it definitely sounds like November's gonna be a great month, man, for all us fans of yours, man. So again, thank you so much for everything you do for hip-hop, and we're definitely looking forward to hearing some brand new dope music.
And definitely, my social media is Mac Shoddy. That's all you got to type. Facebook, Instagram, anything, or type Vallejo Legend or Mac Sauce. So you have those too. So whatever that is, you can see the album covers. That's me. Either one of those is me.
And I gotta say, Mac, thank you so much, man, for just giving us a bit of your time. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon, man. But for now, thank you so much, and we definitely shall talk soon.
Oh, yes, no doubt. I can't wait to hear this. Can't wait to hear the interview.
Hey, man, most definitely. We're live right now, but once I actually hop off, I always take the audio, and I convert it to a video and put it up on YouTube. So I'll actually have that link back to you in about an hour or less. I try and get it up as soon as possible.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, let's network. Let's do it, man.
Most definitely, brother. We'll definitely talk soon.
Okay.